Hello chess family, it's me National Master Jesse James and it's time for another instructive chess miniature. Alright, we got another good one for you. Here we go, Fabiano versus Emmanuel Berg. Another beautiful attack against the French. Here we go. We start up with e4, e6, d4, d5. We got our French defense right here. Here white goes ahead and plays knight c3, the Paulson variation, defending the pawn on e4. Pawn takes on e4, knight takes on e4. Of course, white has a better center control right now. Black plays knight to d7. One of the reasons why he does this is because, well, if you do play the knight back to f6 right here, there's actually a very easy development here for white. You go ahead and take after queen takes because, well, you don't want to give yourself double pawns. Now there's even a nice little queen trap here. Knight to f3. Here black just plays nonchalantly, knight c6. Bishop d3, bishop d6, and here we go, white to move and trap the queen, bishop g5. And here the queen has nowhere good to move to. So that's why a lot of times in these variations, black plays knight to d7, so that when the knight goes to f6, well, we can just go ahead and take back, and the knight continues the development, just like in this game. Here white continues with knight f3, knight g to f6, and we go ahead and take. And now, where's the best place for this bishop? Don't fall to the beginners and play bishop b5 check. Not a good move. All it helps do is help develop black's pieces. Here, where does the bishop belong? The bishop belongs on d3. Remember, masters put their bishop on d3. Why? Because h7 is the weak square whenever your opponent is castled. It is f7 when it is uncastled. So here the bishop is getting ready to attack the h7 square, which actually is going to be a point for the attack later on in the game. Here we go, black destroys white's center and plays pawn to c5. And Fabi just says, that's okay. D takes on c5, bishop takes c5. And here we go, queen e2. A nice idea here in the future is to play queen e4. Here you can see the doubling up for the h7 square. Castles. Pawn to b6. This bishop looks to jump to the long diagonal, which is a very good diagonal for this bishop. Here, simple development, bishop g5. A nice little pin against the knight here. Bishop to b7, develop with the threat right here, rook a to d1, and here black plays queen c7. Now by all means, black is okay with this because white can take on f6. The double pawns don't seem to be a biggest problem here because black is doing a very good job with his own attacking ideas. That and white doesn't have enough pieces over on the king side to actually make the attack work. So Fabi doesn't fall for this and he goes ahead and just keeps strengthening his position. Knight to e5, rook f to d8. And here we go, king to h1. Why does king h1 get played? A lot of times king h1 will get played for two reasons. Either we're trying to waste the tempo, so seeing what our opponent's up to, and we're also preparing ideas like pawn to f4. Here white cannot play f4 as it would have been in a pin. So f4 with the ideas of like rook f3, and again you can just kind of slide your rook over. Here black went ahead and played bishop back to e7, rook d to e1, h6 attacking the bishop, bishop h4, maintaining the pin, as most time we do. And here, black is trying to make trades because, well, when your opponent's trying to attack you, it's a good idea to take off those pieces because, well, they can't attack you if you trade off all their pieces. But this is very good for Fabiano. He goes ahead and plays knight to d5. Here he goes ahead and plays bishop to g3. Here now threatening a nice little discovery attack. And here black plays bishop to d6. Now with the knight jumping over to d5, you now see that the h7 becomes weak. So what do? Well, let's keep adding pressure. Here we get to play that thematic move, queen to e4 here. And now again, you see we have the pressure on the h7 square. Black goes ahead and plays knight back, but that's perfect. Now the queen slides over to h4. The queen has slowly maneuvered over to the king side. It is not a question here what Fabi's up to. He's going for king side attack. His pieces are all poised for it. Here, again, black just trying to make some trades, plays knight to d7, and unfortunately, this is now a blunder. All right, white to move. Do you see it? What do you play here to get the attack going? Remember, sack to attack. All right, hopefully you push pause, try to figure it out. What was the move here? Here you get the beautiful knight takes on f7 here. Okay, can we just take back? Yes, you can. And, well, if you don't, you're just going to be losing here. For instance, you're attacking both the rook and the bishop. And, well, you're more than welcome to go ahead and play bishop takes on g3 because we'll simply play f takes on g3, and now the rook is actually defending the knight. So we get that free tempo, and, man, I can already see knight takes h6 ideas here. White is definitely winning in this position. So back to the game. After knight takes f7, king takes on f7. Well, it is now again sack to attack. Here, Fabi does a beautiful move. All right, I won't even ask you to do this one because this one is pretty tough. You go ahead and play rook takes e6 here, just crushing through. Okay, and the game Berg goes ahead and plays knight to c5. Wait a second. Why can't we take on e6 here? Believe it or not, if you do take the rook, you're going to end up either losing your queen or getting checkmated. Don't believe me? Let's take a look. King takes on e6, and now you get the beautiful move, bishop c4 check. And here you can see the crisscross right here, and the king, well, is pretty much forced to move forward. And, well, the only square you can really move to is f5. Again, the only way to not get checkmated here is to play queen takes check. And here, again, white's just winning as you're up so much material, and the king is still very weak. So what happens if king f5? Here, a beautiful forced move, checkmate, which I'm sure Fabi saw. Here we go, queen to h5 check, pawn to g5, queen f7 check. Only move to defend, really, is knight to f6. You're more than welcome to lunge forward and get checkmated sooner if you want to. But knight to f6, bishop e6 check, king to e4, queen to g6 check, king to d4, queen d3 check, king c5, and now the final move, do you see it? Queen to c4 for check and mate. Well, makes sense why he did not take. So after rook takes on e6, knight to c5 got played. But here again, Fabi just pushes through. Here we go, rook takes on d6, another beautiful move here. Okay, don't we just take back? Yes, you do. I mean, if you don't, again, you're just losing. So after rook takes, now we see the idea, you put yourself into a pin. What do you with pins? Add pressure. Queen to f4 check, a double attack attacking the king and also the rook. I mean, you're more than welcome to run backwards. Here, I'll take over here, and I'm just going to be up so much material. It is a very simple win, especially at this level. So, king to e7 got played. Let's keep developing, keep bringing in pieces. Remember, no one piece can checkmate by themselves. Rook e1 check. King over to d7. There's no way to block here, any good way at least, because, well, if the knight jumps back over here, bishop c4, keep adding pressure over here. And, of course, the rook can't move because you're in that pin. All you're going to do is lose your queen. So, let's keep adding pressure. Bishop to b5 check, bishop c6, queen f5 check. Uh-oh. Looks like the game is pretty much over here. The knight has to retreat. And now, well, simple chess. White to move. What do you play here to get the winning position? All right, here we have some trades, but they're all forced. So what do you play here? Here we go ahead and play. Bishop takes on d6, attacking the queen. Queen takes on d6. And now, rook takes on e6, your beautiful move. This is forcing just the loss of too much heavy material. Here you cannot take back unless you want to lose some more. And, well, if you don't take back, you're just going to be losing. Also notice here, queen to d1 check only gets you checkmate yourself. Rook to e1 for a discovery check against the king. Someone might be asking, hey, why can't we just take queen takes? Simple chess, remove the defender. Bishop takes on c6 check. Here the king cannot take the bishop because, well, if you do, free queen over here. And, well, queen cannot take because you're in a pin. So the king would have to run to d6 and simple chess right here. Queen takes on e6 check. King takes, bishop takes, just being up an extra piece. So after rook takes on e6, black went ahead and resigned. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this nice chess miniature. We'll see you in the next video.